So, hi, I'm Miss Erin.
Hi, I'm Miss Allison.
And welcome to Simply Science. So today we're going to be talking about seeds. So it's spring, there's lots of pollen, people are starting gardens, so you may be wondering, where do plants start? The answer is seeds.
So, we have quite a few different varieties of seeds here. We have some cucumber, some squash, some corn, and some different flower and lettuce seeds.
Okra.
Oh, and okra.
Now, each of these seeds is going to be distributed or dispersed. It's going to move around in a different way, depending on what that plant needs for it to be able to move. So some plants, like our cucumber and our squash and our corn, are going to move predominantly when animals eat them. And then at some point, the seed's going to have to be pooped out. Hopefully it's going to be in a great spot for that plant.
And that poop will provide great fertilizer for the new plant to grow as well.
Yes, it will. So other plants, like our lettuce and thyme, are going to largely be distributed, dispersed through wind. Another great example is a dandelion. You've probably got some of those in your yard. So since I was able to find a dandelion here at the library, I do want to show you exactly how it's adapted to be able to be distributed through the wind. If you look carefully at each seed, it's got what is the actual seed part of it at the bottom. And then at the other end of it, it has what's more like a parasol or a parachute, and that will actually catch the wind so that it can fly really easily. I'm not sure what this weed is here. I pulled it out of my yard this morning, but it too is going to be dispersed in an interesting way. It's actually, when it gets brushed up against, it's going to fling its seed pods. And something similar is going to happen with columbine.
And here we have a plant whose seed pods will actually dry up and burst, and they'll drop, or if you brush up against it, they'll stick to you and fall that way, or they can also be carried by the wind. If you can kind of see on the table, and these tiny pods here, those dried up ones have burst already, but here we have some seeds that are ready to come off, and if you look very closely, the tiny yellow dots on the table are seeds that have fallen off this plant and burst already.
Another way that seeds can get dispersed, you want to tell them about this with the coconuts?
Oh yes, so coconuts are very interesting. They actually travel through water. And just to give you an idea, if you've never seen a real coconut, they're about as big as your average child's head. And they are the biggest seeds in the entire world. Now, they actually do not originate from the tropics where we think they do. They actually came over, traveled by water from Africa to our tropics.
So they crossed the ocean, which is super cool. Now, another way that seeds can get moved around is because they'll stick to things. This is another weed, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's really sticky. And if you brush up against it when it's got seed pods, those seed pods are going to stick to you. And hopefully, for the plant, rub off somewhere else. It's going to be a great place for the plant to live at.
And they'll not just stick to us, they'll stick to animal fur, any little creature that brushes by it. They'll stick right to it and then be dropped somewhere else and grow a new plant.
So even though there's this huge variety of seeds, every seed has a couple of basic parts. So it has a seed coat to protect it. It has cotyledons, which are basically plant food. It has a plant embryo, which is your baby plant. So your seed, as we said, has a couple different parts. The outside part of it is the seed coat that is designed to protect it. It's a little tough and stiff. It's easiest to find if you soak your seeds in some water, which we've done. It's had a little bit of time to dry out. This part here of the seed is the cotyledon. We said that is food for the baby plant. It'll use that until it has gotten big enough to start doing photosynthesis of its own. And I actually broke this out so you could see it. That is actually our plant embryo. If we had a magnifying glass, we could look at it really close, and you could see where it actually has two little tiny leaves and a root.
And seeds have basic needs, just like the plants they grow into. They need a nice soil to grow in, and it depends on the plant and what type of soil they need. They need the nutrients from the soil, they need water, sunlight and air.
And some plants may actually even have needed for the seed to freeze before it can sprout. Or it may actually need to be one that's passed through the digestive tract of an animal. It varies from plant to plant. We do have a fun activity that you can do at home with seeds. So I'm going to get out a couple lima bean seeds.
I'll explain what we have here. We have just 4 Ziploc bags or zip top bags and 4 folded up paper towels. So that's all you'll need for this experiment. It's 4 Ziploc bags, 4 paper towels, and a variety of the same, or several of the same seeds.
So we're using lima beans. If you don't have any lima beans at home, any other bean works really well. If you don't have beans, but maybe have some sunflower seeds, as long as they've not been cooked, those are good to use too.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do for this experiment. The first baggie, this will be for seed number 1. We're going to just dampen our paper towel a little bit, get it nice and
moist.
Yep, nice and moist and coated. And this is just plain water.
All right, we're gonna put 2 seeds in there.
Gonna put our seeds in there, fold it up. Now for this bag, you need to place it in a nice, warm, sunny spot. So preferably a window. Tape it up in a window and zip that bag shut. Tape it in a window and make your predictions on what you think is gonna happen to that seed bag. For seed bag number 2, for this one, we're gonna dampen the paper towel as well. Get it nice and wet. Because again, we discussed seeds need moisture. All right, we're gonna put a couple in there, fold it up. This one though, you're gonna stick in an unusual spot. This one you're gonna put in your refrigerator. However, don't leave it in there too long or you're gonna have a real science experiment on your hands. All right, so don't forget about it. Go check it after you stick it in your refrigerator.
So your refrigerator is going to keep that seed from getting much light, and it's gonna keep it cold.
So think about how those seeds are gonna grow. For our third experiment, we're not gonna wet this paper towel at all. We are going to just put some seeds in there, fold it up, and we want you to put this one in a sunny spot as well. So you can tape this one up in the window too. And for our final bag, we're gonna get the paper towel really, 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 really wet.
Are you sure that's wet enough?
I'm not, Miss Erin.
Let's add our seeds.
First we'll put our seeds in, help me, and then you can help me out a little bit.
All right, if you'll hold our bag open.
Oh, we're gonna
need some more water.
Lots of water in that one. Squeeze the air out, but not all your water. And we're gonna put this one, I want you to put this one in a sunny place as well. See how it grows. My hands are slippery because of all that water.
They need some water, but too much may or may not be a good thing.
So try that out. Let us know what happens.
So thank you for joining in for Simply Science today. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.